Hey guys, this is now the second half of part 4 regarding taking the throat off the Gleaner R52. Like I said in part 1, I couldn't import all the files at one time because I ran out of disk or memory space on my phone. So I'm simply doing it all in 2 parts. So thanks all for watching, appreciate it. Okay, I grabbed my 8-pound hammer. I'm not going to sit here and video the whole entire time though smacking on this thing. Okay, let's go check on this end. Something else I've also been doing. Hey, we're coming through. Take this small hammer, just gonna tap on that. Help align everything. So I'm gonna go back down the end and keep on pounding on it. All right, we're level. That's got driven all the way through. And when I took the bolt here out of the end, it was level across here. So I know that's all the farther it can go. It's got this 1/2-inch bolt. In fact, I actually need to get some Loctite and put on that. It goes across there. So now we'll jump over here to the other side and get ready to put this bearing here in. All right, there's that bearing. Put it right up there like that. Line him up. Thing is, I'm going to see if I can find a piece of pipe to go over this. I don't know if I have one or not. That'd actually be better if I can find a piece of pipe that actually go up against that inner race. You know, stay out here, just hammer it on, and done deal. I'll go see if I can find one. Tried finding a chunk of pipe that would go over top that. I had one that was almost, but would not go over, and I did not want to damage those splines. So I figured, well, maybe the next best option would be a chunk of angle, because you can lay that right on top there, nice and flat, and it's still going to hit right into that center race on the bearing. So we'll see how well that works. Okay, that's working. Okay, let's check here. Well, that's all. I had wiped all that dirt and dust off that thing. It still wouldn't have clicked on there. Okay, and we're not scuffing anything. So yeah, if you don't have an actual chunk of pipe, use a chunk of angle. And like I say, it'll wrap halfway around it, around that shaft, and at least hammer against that inner race piece. In fact, even doing that's gonna be driving it in. So I'll finish getting it in here and show you what it looks like when I'm done. All right, after sitting here tapping on the thing for a while, I think I've got that bearing bottomed out, clear to the stop. And, well, take that back. This part, I'm trying to see. I know that inner race there actually butts up against where the hex part of the shaft begins. And so I think I've got it up there. What I am going to do to check my depth is I'm going to take and put these spacers here on. It had these 2 spacers. Right there they are. Put them on. I'm actually going to take and grab that big heavy pulley, put it on here, and grab the slip clutch and put that on also, just to make sure that we are bottomed out. Because now that I got the thing off the machine, it's a whole lot easier to work on it now. Otherwise, if I don't have that bearing completely bottomed out, you get that put back on the machine, good luck doing it then, because then you're in behind the tire, you can't get to it. So, got the spacers, I'm gonna grab the pulley. Okay, I started the forklift and lowered this thing as low as I can get to the ground. No sense picking that thing up any higher than what I have to. So, let's see here. I can tell you one thing, it's got some weight to it. Okay, there we are. All right, it looks like we're good to go. See, a little bit of dirt right up in here I want to get cleaned out. There we are. Now let's grab the slip clutch. Oh, I forgot. I gotta take these bolts, spin these bolts back out before I can put that clutch on. Okay, I took the bolts out. Oh. Okay, we're out a little bit. Well, let's do a little bit of adjusting. First off, I'll make sure I got that bearing seated all the way back in there up against the stop. Because when I put that on there, that should not be countersunk. It should be level. So I'll take this back off and double check the bearing. Okay, let's try this again. That, I think, I was hammering on it, and it sure did sound awful solid. And so, I did find out there's a shim back here. And of course, those two small spacers right there, you can actually take and, if you need to get it lined up, you can actually take and swap them from one side to the other. To do it that way, I prefer to put it back the way it was. So, well, let's put the old pulley back on and see what we come up with. Get my weightlifting workout today. Okay. There we are with that. Now let's put the clutch back on. Well, it's definitely a whole lot better. We're still slightly countersunk though. I mean, that countersink, for no more what that is, that shouldn't hurt anything. One way to find out though. Let's go and grab, oh, here it is. This is the bolt that goes in the end of it. Okay, let's just try it out like this. Well, so far that don't look too bad. That's how it's supposed to sit there and turn when it's on the machine. We'll put that guy back there. Okay, in fact, you know what? Tightening that down and taking it back out, we're basically level. So, evidently, the first time the bearing was not completely seated in. Now we're up where it should be, so we're good to go. I'm going to take all this back off here. All right, I'm back over here on the left-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and put a little blue Loctite on this bolt. In fact, you can see it had blue Loctite on there before. We'll go ahead and run him in. Well, it does help. You can hold that inside from turning. Okay. It's got that hammered down. Can't go anywhere. Next thing, in fact, actually, if I would have known this, that I needed somebody to take the shaft in and out and not have to take any of this here out, I would not have had to take these here off. However, I still would have had to have been careful because that was full of trash and junk and everything. When I was torching those bearings out, that didn't get too hot and actually get burning inside there. I don't think it would have. But anyway, well, too late now. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting the bolts in that and getting that all fastened back down. Okay, there's the first bolt in. I got 2 more on top and then 3 on the bottom, and then I had that piece pinched back in. Then I go over here and work on the left side also. Just got the last bolt tightened up here on this. So now I'm going to start getting the sprocket set for the width of the chain. And once I get done with that, I'll be just ready to wrap the chain around, connect the master link, and be good to go. Getting these sprockets here lined up. What I can do is I can get the chain itself tightened up before it goes back on the combine, and so that'll make it nice. Okay, right now I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Right there, we're about lined up with the chain on this side, and approximately the same thing over here. Yeah, do a little bit of it, adjusting a little bit, but looks like we're pretty much ready to go. Go ahead and get the chain pulled around, fed down through around it like that. There we go. That's actually why I've got this ratchet strap in here holding that up. Surprisingly, it's actually stayed there for now. But that keeps the chain from just falling clear back in, and then I gotta dig it back out. But as far as those set screws, I will be putting those in. In fact, I may actually connect the chain and actually begin to tighten it some, or at least put some tension onto it, and then spin it by hand, because I got a watch. Over here you can see a little bit, but you might be able to see that one chain slat right up through there. It don't miss the outside of the wall here by a whole lot, and so I've got to spin the thing, and then once I can make sure I got clearance on each side good, then I can lock these things down with the set screws. But I don't want to do that until I'm actually ready for it. Okay, let's see here. Get that thing pulled up and out of there. In fact, if I can get it pulled far enough, it will probably, there we go, throw some slack into that ratchet strap. There we go. Guess I should have grabbed the masters before I started pulling on it. In fact, actually, I should have taken and, oh, perfect, right there it is. Throw my There we are. And now I can hold it better. Use the... If I can get that around there, I might be able to take and throw that in like that. There we go. Let that kind of just hold itself in place. Because this bottom one here, I've actually had it hooked on the bottom of the frame. So let's pull back out like such. Come on, let's go. There we go. It's getting awful close. I thought anyway. Now here's where it makes it nice if you have an extra set of hands. There we go. Got one side done. Now let's see if we can get the left-hand side over here. Don't need much. There we are. Okay, it's connected. Now I'm going to take and put the half pieces on. Along with that little acorn nut. Let's see here. I thought that might have been a locker. That's not a locker. So I am going to use a little bit of blue Loctite on that. Come on, there we are. It don't need the red. In fact, actually, not too often do I use red Loctite, unless it's on like these set screws. Now those will be getting red Loctite. Most of the time, I always use blue. Blue is medium strength, and it actually holds pretty good. But on these sprockets, so you definitely want the red. Well, on those set screws, I mean. Okay, we'll get these tightened up. And those are actually an oddball size. They take a 14 millimeter. Take that back, a 14 millimeter 6-point. And even this kind of loose and sloppy on it. Okay, that's got that tightened down. Now I'm going to do the left side over here. Just got this left side here tightened up, so we're good to go on that master link. So now I'm going to grab my 15/16 deep well socket and start tightening up these tensioners here on that tighten up the feeder house. Like I say, I can actually go ahead and tighten that thing completely down while it's sitting here on the forklift, no big deal there, and then put it back on the machine, because I actually want to do that so that I can take and roll it. Well, I hope I can roll. I got a watch it's going to take, and this chain slat here could actually go around and hit the fork. So now we'll wait and see. Just grab my ratchet and deep well 15/16. And this is the tensioner on the feeder house. So I'll jump back and forth between left and right, get it pulled down. And that way I can take and check the back and forth distance gap there on the back. Okay, I just got this tensioner here down to where I want it. And what I do is I'll measure from that on top of that flat washer right there out here to the end of the threaded part. And I've got 2 3/4 inches. And as you can, well, let's see here how well, I'm not too sure how well you can see it on camera. You can't really see it very well on camera, but you can see maybe about probably about between those spring coils right here, between each spring coil, I can see just a little bit of daylight through there, probably about 1/16 of an inch. And so that's how I run them. Like I say, same distance on each side, left and right, and same over on that side. It's 2 3/4 inches. And when I spin the thing back here, so far it's rolling good and we're not hitting. I don't know if you can see it very well on camera, but right up through here where my hand is, I don't know if you can see my fingers up through there or not, but it only has about probably less than 1/4 inch clearance between the end of the chain slat of these bars and the outside. And so far, that's why I wanted to take and tighten the thing up and spin it round and round a few times. So far, we appear to be even on each side. So that's what I wanted. Okay. Still look good down through there in that tight area. Although this side here though is a fraction closer. So I may take and tap it to the left just a smidge. Let's see here what we can maybe do. In fact, maybe I'll actually take and put my pry bar in there a little bit. Because I've got to get this one here to move also. Okay, now I saw that move. Now let's take and turn it again. Like I say, it runs pretty tight clearance in there. Okay. So far we look good on both left and right. I think I'm almost at the point of getting ready to take and start putting set screws in with red Loctite and clamp her down. Okay, getting ready to put some of this red Loctite here in the set screws. Huh, looks like I need to get some more. Put a little down side. If you have these, they take an Allen wrench, but if you have these Allen sockets, that right there's 1/4 inch. It's the Allen head pieces, and they go onto a 3/8 ratchet. Those actually work best. And so Take and put a little bit here on the, looks like I need to get some more of this stuff. Okay, there we go. Goes right in there like that. And you take and crank them down good and tight. Now, with it being the red, just simply taking it out probably wouldn't work. Okay. That's got one pinch down. Now, got 3 more. So I'm going to jump over here on this side. But, yeah, like I say, those Allen socket deals are a whole lot better. I'll go ahead and show you one more right here, just for the fun of it. Go ahead and put some on the inside. Okay, I can see it flowing down in there. I think I need to get some more red Loctite. I thought I had more than that. I'll go take a look on the shelf. Okay, there we go. But yeah, like I was saying, getting this, once it sets up, you might be able to take them back out, but I doubt it. However, the easiest way to take and free that up is to, I think I showed this on video, is to take and, there we go. Okay, that's got 2 of them. Now if I can get the socket pulled out of there. Man, I grab a pair of pliers and jerk them out. But the easiest way to free it up, though, is to take a torch and just take and heat up around that. And once you heat it up, it seems like it'll break that stuff loose and you can spin it right out by hand. So, okay, that's got, that let you see putting 2 of the set screws in. Just got the last 2 set screws. Try and get the camera down there. Put in that one there and this one right over here. So that's got all 4 of them put in. Okay, well, I've already got, I went ahead and put my double gem nuts on these here. That's tightened down. Oh, I did forget. This thing has a, it's like this half moon cover piece that goes around right here. Oh boy. There we go. Oh, I guess that can come in from the back. But, yeah, I forgot it's got that half moon cover piece. It just keeps stuff from building up and wrapping. So I'll get that put on, and then this thing here is going to be ready to hang back on the machine. On these little bolts also, I'm going to put a little bit of blue Loctite on them. like I say, you got two halves. And you just take and put them together, put your screws through. And that just keeps stuff from wanting to wrap around that hex shaft. Before I tighten these three up, I am going to take and spin it around. I want to put the other side in. Okay, simply flip it over, and right there we go. Kind of odd. Now these holes on this side aren't wanting to match up. I'm not exactly sure why. That's why you don't tighten anything until you get all three in. Okay, now you just go ahead and go along, tighten them up. And I mean, it's not like they need to be down extremely tight. Just snug. With that Loctite on there, they're not going to go anywhere. Okay, and then turn it over. Hit the other side. And same thing, last one. Okay, that's got it. Well guys, I'm going to call this an end to part 4. Get the lights turned around here. Like I say, now it's ready to hang back on the machine. I gotta get my putty knife and I'm gonna clean out that grease and them old beans and that bean dust. Same thing over here. And then it'll be ready to go. So, I'm not sure how much as far as a part 5 I'm going to do, because putting it back on is just the exact opposite of taking it off. And so I may video some, I may not. And so if you want to see how to put it back on, watch parts 2 and 3, take that back, parts 1 and 2 of this 4-part episode. To see, like I say, I show how I take it off and you put it right back on the exact same way, just opposite putting it back on. So, like I say, if I decide to go ahead and video some, I might. If not, well, hey, you can still watch it on parts 1 and 2. So, like I say, we'll wait and see. Anyway, take care. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.